Greetings, travelers. It's been 1 year. 1 year since I have started, seriously uploading videos to YouTube. And it's been quite a ride. I figured it'd be... I thought it'd be kind of fun to take a small look back at all the games that I have played since I have seriously started uploading every day. And while at first I wasn't uploading, I was uploading 6 days a week with 1 day of rest. And then eventually it kind of evolved a little bit once I started getting into some point and click games. It started evolving to all 7 days. And since then, I've been uploading every day. I missed a couple days in, I think, March, but that was about it. And yeah, it's been so much fun. I'm gonna go in order of the first episode of said series or videos of that game. And I'm going to just talk a little bit about how I felt about those games, how fun they were, whether I would recommend them or not. And, I don't know, see where my thoughts take me. First, I would like to start with an honorable mention to a series that I kind of started shortly before seriously considering to do my everyday schedule. And that is probably one of my favorite games of last year, and still one of my favorite games so far. Bendy and the Ink Machine. For a lot of you, that's the thing that helped you guys find my channel. And I am so grateful for that game, for doing that. For you that have found my channel through it, I hope you guys are enjoying the content I've been making of it. I've been doing the Easter egg videos. Those are a lot of fun to do. And the game. I've never been one for horror, but Bendy did it in such a charming and beautiful way. The art style, I've been following the Meatly for a little over a year before he released that game. His comics on game development, which in my opinion, the stories he tells can be applied to almost any profession of creativity, whether it be art, video games, music, animation. You can apply almost every one of his little comics to any of those fields. And he was a huge inspiration in me wanting to become a creator. And when I learned that he was making his own video game, I knew he made a couple games. He made a game called Meatly Makes, which is just a kind of a, I don't know, rhythm game. It was a very simple game. It was okay. It wasn't too bad. But then I saw the first trailer for his Bendy and the Ink Machine game. And I fell in love. I knew I had to play that the day it came out. And I never expected it to blow up, to become one of the biggest games, biggest indie games on the internet, or on YouTube. I am so proud of him for that. Him and Mike and everyone working at Meatly Studios. I am so proud of all of them. As of me recording this right now, Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 4 will be coming out in 2 days. And yes, I'll be playing that. You guys will have already seen my videos on that. I don't know if I'll have the Easter egg video up by the time this comes out, but I'll try my best. But it is hands down one of the games that I can clearly say, play it. Whether you're a fan of horror or not, if you like the old style cartoons of old Walt Disney, or Yeah, old Walt Disney cartoons. Give it a try. They're not that long. As of right now, you can get through all of episodes 1, 2, and 3 in a couple hours. And the game has a definite end. He's stated that it's going to be 5 chapters. So it's not one of those things that you have to worry about it going on forever and dipping in quality. They have a goal, and they are sticking to it. But yeah. Now on to something else. The first 3 games, I decided to start off with a schedule of Minecraft Mondays, whatever Wednesdays, and featured Friday. That was my schedule. That was what I was sticking to, because I figured, I love Minecraft. I'm going to be playing Minecraft for the rest of my channel, or until Minecraft dies and Minecraft 2 comes out. And then I lost it. Like, I lost the spark of Minecraft. I don't know why. Like, I learned about Minecraft back in 2011. Like, I learned about it a couple weeks before the Hell update. I still remember sitting with my cousin the first time I turned the game on after that update, going to the Nether, and the screams of the gas. Just constant screams. I was terrified. I fell in love with Minecraft. I played it every single day. And Sky Factory wasn't even my first series. Way back, after I did Little Inferno, which I guess I could say I recommend that game too. It's not part of this video, but Little Inferno, I would love to go back and try that game again. I did not give it a good treatment. But, I don't know, somewhere along the line of playing Sky Factory, I was super excited to play it in the beginning. But something about it just did not sit with me. I was not having fun. Like, when I did Minecraft, or Mr. Toots Plays Minecraft way back when, my first Minecraft series, I had technical issues. I was living in a stressful house, and it was not my best series. I don't like my original Minecraft series. I didn't even finish it. It was like, I had a season 1 cliffhanger, and it's like, I intended to do so much more with that series, and it just never happened. And then I ended up doing a small series, like, because we were about to be kicked out of that house. And I had 2 nights. So I decided I'm going to sit there all night, and I'm going to record an entire Minecraft series, just so you guys had something to watch, or for something out there. And I recorded Stratosphere Survival, and it was horrible. I lost all motivation. The audio got messed up. I didn't have any, audio software. Like, I didn't have the ability to upload more than 15 minutes at the time. So I was using Fraps. God, what a program that was. And it stopped the videos. Like, I was reliant on those videos to, like, record, like, 15-minute videos. And the audio was messed up. Like, it was off. Not by a second, by like 3 or 4 seconds. And it was unwatchable. And I had no idea. I had no idea what to do. Nowadays, I could easily download all those videos, go into Adobe or Vegas Pro that I have now. I still like Adobe better. And, fix the audio. But it's like, I don't see the point. If anything, it's a lesson to me. It's a reminder of that. And it's a series I don't feel deserves any more attention. So, yeah. Back to Sky Factory. I don't know. I was really loving the idea of it. I watched Minecraft stuff all the time. And, like, I watched, like, Direwolf 20. If anyone knows who that is, I was watching his videos every single day. It was the first thing I watched every single day. But something happened in the last, I don't know, 7-8 months that I haven't watched a single one of his videos. I want to, but I just haven't. Same thing with Rorax. I miss Rorax's voice. She had such a great, like, New Zealand voice. And she was so calming to watch. And even though she has her, like, her anxiety issues, and it makes it so she can't record very often, when she did, I was so excited to watch them. And I haven't watched a single one of hers in months. And I actually feel bad for that. So, I don't know if I'm ever going to do another Minecraft video. I have a friend named Shane that I'm going to be moving into later in the year. He wants to do a Minecraft Xbox series, which that's going to be vanilla. You guys know how I am with vanilla stuff. I am not good with vanilla. But I think the fact that I'll be playing it co-op with him and he'll have his energy, maybe that will help me get back into Minecraft a little bit. Because there's been so much Minecraft stuff that I've been wanting to give a try. And hell, like, I did a Minecraft mod review. I hated it. Like I love the mod. It was a mod. It was the first mod I'd seen in a long time. And it's like, I love this so much. I want people to know about it. And it's like, well, I've had a few people, you know, saying like how my voice is slow. I stutter a lot. I don't explain things very well. I understand that. I'm sorry about that. That's how I am. That's how I talk. You guys are probably hearing me do that now. And I didn't like it. But there was one person who came in and they could have just been like, oh, I did this video in like you did this in 2 hours. I did this in 35 minutes. No, they gave like 2 paragraphs of honest to God criticism, and it made my day. They didn't come in and be like, oh, you suck. They were like, here's your problems, here's how you can fix it. That was perfect. And yeah. So yeah, that was my experience with Sky Factory. I don't know what happened, but it just went downhill, and for some reason by the end of it, you could hear it in my voice. Well, the series is cool, and I loved a lot of the things I did. I just lost all interest in Minecraft for some reason. Hopefully that'll change in the future. Okay. On to the first of what I was calling Whatever Wednesdays. The first game that I decided to do was the demo for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I hope I'm getting that name right. For those that don't know what Bloodstained was, Bloodstained is the spiritual, the next in a long line of spiritual successors in video games. Like Muddy Number 9 or I don't even know anymore. Like all of those games where the original creator wasn't allowed to make any more of said game, and then they said, screw it, I'm going to make a game similar to it, but my own IP. And this one was made by Iga. I don't remember his last name, but for those that don't know, he is the creator of what he calls Igavanias, or Metroidvanias. He created the original Castlevania game, a series I love. I suck at it, but I love it. I didn't get to play a lot of them, but I can only say I've ever played one. Dawn of Sorrow. A game so dear to me. I played it, like, for those that know me, I don't play games on the hardest difficulty. I played Dawn of Sorrow 3 times, once on normal, once on its side story, and then once on hard. And I 100%ed all 3 stories on all 3 save files. It took forever, but I did it. I even got the rocket launcher in Boss Rush, which anyone who knows that game, fuck, that's hard. But Bloodstained is his take on a new side-scrolling Castlevania game. Because for some reason, the people who make Castlevania, I think it's Konami? Man, holy shit, are they fucking themselves right now. They've been stuck on this 3D Castlevania. Like, I don't know what their plans are for the future Castlevanias, but like high intense sexual violence or whatever is what the theme is now for pachinko machines. Something like that. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I love Castlevania. I love the idea of it. And even though I haven't got a chance to play the series in full, it's still a great series. And when I saw Bloodstained and I saw everything that it was, it looked beautiful. I had to back it. And yeah, when it comes out, I will be doing a full series on it. No doubt about it. But I did the demo just to give it a try. And it was fun. I can't really say much about it. I would say go play it, but you can only really play the Bloodstained demo if you back the game. Maybe after this E3 coming up, they might have a public demo come out, but who's to say anymore? Demos are a dying breed. They've gone the way of cheat codes. They're just something that just doesn't happen anymore. But yeah, that's all I can really say about Bloodstained. It was fun. I did try making a second video later on of me showing some of the areas in the demo and some of the other powers, but the video got corrupted and I just didn't decide to try it again. Psychonauts. Psychonauts. Man, did I have a love-hate relationship with you. For those that don't know, Psychonauts is an old game from the original Xbox era. I got a hold of it on Steam, and while, like I heard that they were making a sequel of it, and that it's like there was no excuse. Like, I had a list of games that I wanted to play first. Psychonauts right at the top for first of Featured Friday. Because if Psychonauts 2 was going to be coming out, I needed to play Psychonauts 1. Because that's how I am. I play games in order of release. That's just how I do things. And Psychonauts, like, when I was younger, I used to get Official Xbox Magazine. And for those that remember that magazine, because I don't think it exists anymore, they used to have a demo disc in every single issue. Hell, every issue or every disc had a thing. I don't remember exactly when it started, but there was like this code in there that if you were to combine the code from all the different issues, you would get something. I never got it though, because I didn't start until later. But Psychonauts was one of the demos on one of the discs. I played that demo over and over and over again, but I never got the game. I never watched playthroughs of it, because I'm not a person who watches playthroughs of a game that I eventually want to play. Like, I'll start a playthrough and it's like, I want to play that. I stop the video. And that's it. That's it. But yeah, it was interesting. This game made me laugh so much. It's so hard to think. Like, for those that don't know, it involves the voice of Richard Horvitz. Those that don't know him, you might recognize him as the voice of Invader Zim. Or, what was it? Daggett in Angry Beavers. He played Billy in Billy and Mandy. He played the head alien in Destroy All Humans. And obviously he plays Raz in this game. He plays our protagonist. And he's not as insane as a lot of his other personalities, but his voice is so awesome. He's an it's a pleasure to listen to him, everything he says. And yeah, I'm looking at some of the other stuff. He apparently also played the original Alpha 5. So yeah, he played like a lot of stuff. Like he played Alpha 5 in Mighty Morphin, Zeo, and Turbo. That's, yeah. He's a great voice actor. But the gameplay did have a few quirks. There was a few times that I got very frustrated because there's certain like objectives that are not placed out clearly. I will say I am so glad that they got rid of the live system in the final level, because for anyone who has seen my playthrough, I die so much in the final level, and originally you only got like, I don't know, 9 lives or something. I don't remember, but you only got a limited number of lives to get through it. So it's like the last level was notoriously hard. And it is very hard. The final fight is kind of anticlimactic and easy, but the getting to the final fight is difficult. But all in all, I loved it. And the only thing that sucks, because of my, chronological nature, I've pre-ordered Psychonauts 2. I will be getting that day one. The problem is, there's an in-between game, and it's only available on VR. Now, one of my hopes is that when I move into my next place, the room I'm going to be in is a lot bigger than the room I'm in now. Like, it has a lot more open space, I want to be able to set up a VR in there. I want to be able to start doing VR for this channel. That's one of the things I really want to do. And, yeah. So, I'm going to probably wait till I have VR before I continue the Psychonauts series. But, yeah, hopefully it'll happen before Psychonauts 2 actually comes out. If not, I might have to, break my rule and play Psychonauts 2, then the VR game. But we'll just have to see how that plays out. Yeah. Next, we have Plug and Play. This was a small little game. This was just another whatever Wednesday game. There's not much I can say about this other than holy shit was it weird. I really liked this video too, and it was my first video to get a copyright strike because of the music. It didn't bug me because it sucks that I got a copyright strike for it, but it's like the music for it just fits the game so well that it's like I'm not turning the music off. And my reaction to it was just so genuine that I didn't want to have to do it again because then it would be fake. But yeah, that was a very short one. So if you guys want to go give that one a check out, you can. I think the game's free, so it's like, give this game if you've never heard of Plug and Play and you're hearing about it from me now, don't even watch my video. Don't even watch my video. Go download the game. Like, click on my video, give me a view if you want, but use that just to find the link to the game. Or you can just search for it on Steam. And just give it a play. It's like 5 minutes of gameplay, 10 minutes of gameplay maybe. But it's so fucking weird and just surreal that it's worth your time. What's not worth your time is Colossal Kaiju Combat. I'm sorry to say. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Game Guy Color. He's been awesome. He's been commenting on a lot of my videos lately, and he's been enjoying recently one of the series I've been putting up, which I'll get to that later because oh my god, it's one of my favorite things I've ever played. But I recently became friends with him on Steam, and I kind of took a look through his games, just to see what kind of games he plays. And I noticed he has over 100 hours of game time in this game, Colossal Kaiju Combat. Like, I'm legitimately, surprised. Good for him for finding joy in it. I'm not saying he's not allowed to play. Everyone's free to play their own game. But it's like, this game just felt so empty. Like, where did he find, like, he obviously sees something in this game that I don't. And I wish I did, because, like, when I saw Matt Frank's, I've said this before, the biggest, like, problem with Colossal Kaiju Combat is not the game. It's who they chose to do the art for it. They got Matt Frank to do the art for all the monsters. And his art, when compared to the actual models in-game, it's so disheartening to see. Now, I'm going to try not to rag on this game too much. I know that there are people who do like it, and there are people who absolutely hate it. To those that like it, good for you. You found joy in something other people hate. That's fine. I didn't hate it. I did not hate Colossal Kaiju Combat. It is not a good game. It's a very meh game. I even called it meh in the video. But that's pretty much all I can say about this. It had huge things going for it. Maybe one day things will flip around for it, and maybe something will come out of it. Unlikely, but hey, you can always hope. There's always a possibility for the future. On to the next disappointing game. Attack on Kitten, which I think changed its name. Give me a second. Let me actually find out. I think they changed its name because they got in trouble for that name. Yes, they changed the name of the game from Attack on Kitten to The Legend of Excalibur. Okay, I love cat puns, alright? I love puns in general. But Attack on Kitten, it was empty. It was another empty game. I even said it in the title. Attack, jump, and attack. That's all there was. You could jump in the game and you could attack. There was no combo system. There was no flurry system. There was almost nothing in the game. I couldn't even beat the final boss because, like, unless there was mechanics that I didn't know about. Now, The Legend of Excalibur, I guess as it's called now, I'm still going to give it a try when it actually comes out, if it's on sale. I'm not going to go buy the game at full price at like $20 or something, but if it's on sale and it's cheap enough and they've increased the mechanic or like added mechanics and made the game better, yes, I'll give it a try. But until then, it's a pass for me. Oh, this game. I still play this game. Refunct. This game was pure parkour heaven. It is hands down one of the most peaceful and satisfying parkour games I've ever played. And it's free. If I can recommend any game off this list that's free, it's that one. Play it. It's so awesome. I absolutely love it. I still play it to this day. Every once in a while when I'm bored, I just turn the game on. Like, not as much as I used to, but it's like I would just turn it on and just run through it. It's simple. It's simple, enjoyable, relaxing, satisfying. Like, when you pull off, like, it's so easy to do, but when you pull off a, like, jump off walls and then you make a jump onto, like, a ledge and you pull up that ledge just so perfectly, it's kind of like the inspiration for one of my mods I'm making that I might talk about later. But, yeah. I can't recommend it anymore. There's not much to say about it, but it's a game where you jump on ledges and you press buttons to reveal more ledges to jump on. It's that simple, but it's free. And I do want to talk about the company. I can't remember their name. Give me a second. Okay, I would like to make an addendum, or whatever you want to call it, like a asterisk here kind of thing. The game's not free. I'm sorry for misleading you. It's not free, but it is worth every cent. It's $2.99, but when it's on sale, it might as well be free. When it comes out, when the Steam Summer Sale comes up next month, or I think it's June usually. June, July. Get this game. It will most likely be on sale. They do, the creator isn't a company. It's Dominique Grieshofer. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. But, I love you for this game. What I don't love is your other game. I didn't find a lot to enjoy in that game. At least I couldn't get a hold of the controls. Like, I was too frustrated playing it. I was in a bad mood. I tried doing a video of his other game, Swarm Lake, which I do own. That's only 99 cents. And, I couldn't really get into it. But I might give it another try later on. So, you never know. But, yeah, play Refunct. It's so worth it. Animation not Animation Domination. That's the name of the block. Animation Throwdown. It's what I wanted, but what I didn't want. I've always wanted a game that combines, or even just some kind of media that has all of the big Fox cartoons together. Family Guy, Simpsons, American Dad, Cleveland Show, Bob's Burgers, all of them. They're all together. Even Futurama. Futurama's even in there. It's all of them. But it's in a card game. I don't know. I did a Press Start. For any of that don't remember, Press Start was an old series I did where I played a game for the first time, gave it one round. This one was a bit more than one round, but it was a first look at the game. And after I was done, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But I tried playing it again later, and I just lost all motivation. I don't know what it was. And, it's a game, I think it's another free one. Like, it's free, but the whole idea is that there's microtransactions. And while you don't need to do the microtransactions, it's like, yeah. I don't care about microtransactions as long as they're not mandatory. If they're just there to help you get further in the game, and it doesn't give you an edge over anyone else, I don't care. The Old Tree. This one was too short. The Old Tree was a game where you played as a larva, I think. And you just you went through an old tree trying to get to the top. And you had to solve a few puzzles here and there. It was like some kind of alien larva. And you had to solve little puzzles as you went to the top, and then the game just ended. It was too short. I could have easily played that game for an hour. Like, give me all kinds of puzzles. And as far as I could tell, there's nothing more for it. It just was over. It was like an experimental game that the creator made. And I'd love to see what they do next. Oh, this waste of time. Grass Simulator. Why does this exist? I don't get this. It's a game with grass. And guns. And cows. And dubstep. It sounds like it'd be awesome, but it is so fucking boring. I think I only paid 21 cents for it. I don't remember. It was some ridiculously low number, like, because it was like a 99% sale, which you never see. Like, normally 90 is the highest you see. I'm pretty sure it was a 99% sale. Yeah, just avoid that game. It was bad. Just forget it. The next one, though, this one's sad. Sword with Sauce. I adored this game. I only did a few videos in it because there's not much in it, and I was trying to, space it out. I could have easily played everything in 2 videos, but I was trying to, space it out and, try to make the most of it. But I tried out all the gadgets. I showed everything off. I did all the levels. I think except for one. I think I didn't show off one level because there was no more new content, and I was waiting for new content to be added. Lo and behold, no new content came out. No new content ever will. Sword with Sauce has officially been canceled. And I'm probably going to eventually do one more video, just to give it one final send-off. I'm going to choose my favorite toys and give that last level a try. There is a level creator and a workshop involved, like, added, but no new official content will be added. I hope the guy reconsiders and comes back. He's planning on doing other things. He has another game he's planning, but apparently he lost the spark with Sword with Sauce and he's canceled it. And that sucks. Well, hope better for the future for him. I'll definitely be playing whatever he comes out with next, because I love Sword with Sauce. It was one of the best ninja games. Like, or not ninja. It was just a fun sandbox, gadget game. Yeah, it was just fun. I know I'm having trouble trying to think of what to actually say for it. Like, I guess I should talk about what it actually was. The game was, you are put into an environment, and you have to kill all of the other stick figure people. They're in the arena. They'll have guns, swords, shields, whatever. And you had to find a way to kill them all, either with gadgets or stealth or just guns blazing. Guns is probably the worst option, because while there's a machine gun, a shotgun, and a sniper, they are not good. The sniper, while awesome, alerts everyone in the map to where you are. Everyone. The machine gun, inaccurate. And the shotgun, too slow. But you have the katana, you have Captain America type shield, which is overpowered because you can block almost all attacks from the front, they reflect shots back, and you can throw it and bash with it. You can get through almost an entire map using nothing but the shield alone. There's all kinds of little gadgets, like a little black hole bomb. There's a spider robot. There's a thing that attaches to the wall that grabs onto people's heads and snaps them to the wall. There's regular mines. There's electricity bombs. There's all kinds of fun little gadgets to mess around with. Shurikens. All kinds of stuff. It's really fun to just mess around with. But, yeah, it was empty. It was just empty. That's all there really was to it. Like, once it was done, there's just not enough content to keep going. On to the next. This one, I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed with myself on the next two, actually. But let's talk about Mushroom 11. Mushroom 11. And I'm pissed off at myself for this one. I loved the concept of this game. In Mushroom 11, you use your mouse to move. Like, you actually have to, like, sweep your mouse across the screen to move this blob of alien jelly across the screen. And you had to use weird physics to get him through all these puzzles, to eat bugs and, defeat bosses that were epic in proportion compared to who you were. And I couldn't get any further in the game. I got to a point where I was trying for hours to get past a single point. And when I saw a video that the part I was just trying to get past, there's an even harder part past it. And if you lose in that second part, you have to do the first part again. I gave up. I gave up on the game. One day I might go back and try to finish the game, but I'm just not good enough. It's too hard for me. Like, it was giving me literal headaches. Like, I was getting so angry that I was gonna have an aneurysm. I'm not joking. On the other hand, there's the next game, Chimera, Destroy All Monster Girls. This one I'm also upset with myself. Not because I quit, but because I just stopped. I didn't quit the game. I didn't, rage quit. I just stopped playing it. It's not because the game's hard. Yeah, the game's a little difficult for a platformer, but it's not that hard. And I'm more than halfway through the game. Like, I'm almost to the end from what I can guess. And I just stopped playing. I still have the game on my desktop. And, like, I just don't know. I'll just have to just, wait and see what happens. Eventually, I'm going to go back to it, and I'm going to finish this game. But until then, I guess I'll just talk about what it is. Destroy All Monster Girls, you played as a little chimera girl. I can't remember her name at the moment, but you play Chelsea. I think her name was Chelsea. And she has the ability to, not like every time she defeats, it's almost like Mega Man, but not. Like, every time you defeat one of the other Monster Girl lieutenants, you take a piece of her back with you. Like, you capture them, but you take your doctor, your professor, will take a piece of them and put it in you, giving you a new ability. Some of them are weird. Like, one of them, my favorite, is not my favorite ability, but it's like my favorite like character so far is a pizza slime. She's a pizza slime. And when you defeat her, your ability is you can throw pizzas at people. That's it. She has the ability to now create pizza from nothing and throw it at her enemy. Hot pizza. And yeah, it's almost like a Mega Man kind of game, but not as crushingly difficult. And it's like Mario. You get to, like, it's like a Mario Mega Man mix almost. And the gameplay could be better. It's a bit bland, but it's charming as all hell. So I do want to eventually go back to it. But until then, we'll just have to see. The next one's a little bit weird. I played a game called Awkward Dimension Redux. The Redux being, I think this was a remake of his previous game, Awkward Dimension. And it's such a weird game. It was like you're going through this guy's poem. It's like a virtual poem, or like an interactive poem. You go around and it's like you just end up in set piece after set piece after set piece of all these different environments with the poem continuously going, and he's telling a story about like all these different experiences he had in like art school. And some of it gets really sad. And it's very well done. It's about an hour long. It's another free game, but there's not a lot of gameplay. It's a lot of sitting still and listening and watching. And that's about it. You're there to see a story. I won't give away what all of it's about, but you should probably give it a try if you have an hour. It's almost like listening to a podcast. So yeah. The next one's a bit, I don't know, I'm still reserved on this one. It's called GTTOD, or Get to the Orange Door. Get to the Orange Door is a very simple game. You have to get to the orange door. How you do that is up to you. Right now, like, I played the demo, which was a parkour section, a shoot 'em up section, and an open world, like, challenge area. I didn't mess around too much with the open world challenge area. I had a good amount of fun with the shoot 'em up section, but the parkour section, if anyone watches my video, you'll see there's one section where, for some reason, I don't know what it was, but one side worked where the other side didn't. They were identical sides, but I just could not run up one side, but I could run up the other. And I didn't realize that at first, and I just kept trying to run up one side, and it just was not working. This is a one-man effort game. This is another one of those just one guy working on a game, and yeah, but there's all kinds. It's so beautiful. It is just neon lights everywhere. Everything is this awesome, like neon punk look to it. It just looks so cool. And I've been following this guy making the game, he's been, making updates periodically. And once it's to a point where it's like, 1.0 build, I'm probably going to buy the game and I'm going to give it a honest to goodness try. And give my full opinion on it. So Get to the Orange Door will probably be one of the ones that makes a reappearance in the next update video. The next retrospective video. Next year. After that, I played a game called Cube. Has anyone ever heard of Portal? Imagine Portal, but instead of a portal gun, you had a cube glove. A glove that allows you to manipulate different colored cubes in the environment in different ways. Like, you press the green one in and it turns into a spring. The red one can be pulled out up to 2 or 3 times. Things like that. The yellow one is made of 3, and depending on which one you hit, comes out the furthest. So you hit the middle one comes out the farthest, and stuff like that. It was a weird little puzzle game, and eventually they came out with the Enhanced Edition, which is the one I played. That one adds a story mode to the game. And it was actually pretty interesting. The puzzles did get very irritating later on. Some of the last puzzles, like the magnet puzzle, were just rage-inducing. But it got to the point where you're getting 2 conflicting stories throughout the game. And at the end of the game, you have to make a choice. Do you listen to voice A or voice B? Which voice you choose determines your ending. And I chose voice B, I think. And I think it was the good ending. I don't know what the other ending is, but I chose to, trust the person at the end. And from what I hear, there's Cube 2 out now. And it looks beautiful. I'm waiting for it to go down in price, or until I can actually, afford to get it. But yeah. Expect to see me playing that in the near future. I loved Cube. Next, I played an old game. Well, a lot of these games are kind of old. That's kind of the theme of my channel, is playing older games, because I'm playing catch-up. DLC Quest. DLC Quest and its expansion, Live Freemium or Die. These were... They were quirky. They were fun. It's a simple game. You play as a little 2D sprite guy, and every single mechanic in the game, you have to buy with DLC. Now, it's not actual DLC. It's if the servers go down, you can't ever play the game ever again. But it's the shop is, you have to buy game mechanics. You start off only being able to go right. And you run into a guy, and you gain the ability to walk left. And jump. And sprint. And swing a sword. And all these other things. And it escalates to the point where in the last game you have to buy a sword that cuts the earth in half to beat the boss. It just gets to absurdity. And there's genuine plot twists. The second game, I was not expecting the plot twists. So, yeah, everything's worth doing. It's definitely a game worth playing. But yeah, I can't really say much about it. People who know about it have already seen it, probably, but it was fun. Limbo. Limbo. I can still hear the buzzsaws in the dark. Limbo was a game that, the main game, I did not have much trouble getting through. I figured out most of the puzzles, all except for a couple near the end. I had to look up how to do a couple of the puzzles near the end, but yeah. Limbo is part of a genre of puzzle platformers, or something like that. Atmospheric puzzle platformers. Other games, like its spiritual successor, Inside, which I do intend on playing. I don't know, there's so many of them. Little Nightmare is one of them I really want to play. And then there's What's that one, the Yarn Ball game? The Yarn or something? This, the one where you play as like a little red... Unraveled. That game is another one. It's games like that, where you play as a little boy who wakes up in a dark, foggy environment. And he's got to figure out what's going on. And it's one of those games where death... Like, you have to figure out how to get through puzzles that are trying to kill you. This game is not friendly. You're facing giant spiders. You're fighting buzzsaws, crushers, other kids and people that want you dead. It's a very creative game. The thing that sticks out the most for me in that game, though, is the secret area. If you find all of the hidden Easter eggs, these are literal eggs that you have to find, and you have to crush them, you will unlock a secret level. The entire level is in the dark. All you have is the light of, or all you have is sound. You have to get through the entire area blind. My heart was never racing more than it did playing that. And, oh god. Ugh. Yeah. I don't regret going through it, but it will stick with me forever. It is one of the moments that will always stick with me in video games, is going through that puzzle, that area. So yeah, I recommend Limbo. It's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to play more games like Limbo. Just trust me, I will. But on to something a bit more, fun. Chroma Gunn. Has anyone ever thought of taking, what's his name? Cave Johnson. That's his name. Imagine Cave Johnson in another game. That's basically what it is. I don't remember what I ended up calling him. I gave him like another name, but there's a Cave Johnson type narrator that kind of every once in a while will show up in this game, and he's pretty funny. Like, he is really funny. He's an asshole, but he's funny. And Chroma Gunn is another game like Portal, except everything is paint-based. You have to color things to solve puzzles. And holy shit, does it get frustrating at times. There is some real bullshit moments, but altogether it was fun. I don't know if there's ever going to be a Chroma Gunn 2, or if the people who made Chroma Gunn are going to make another puzzle type game, but I would love if they did, because it was genuinely fun. It really was. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this game other than I really enjoyed it, like, bullshit aside. But what I really enjoyed, I love this game. Agents of Mayhem. This game did not deserve all the hate it got. It deserves some, but not all of the hate it got. Agents of Mayhem is, I'm not going to say direct sequel, but it is a sequel to the Saints Row franchise. Just like how Red Faction is technically a sequel to the Saints Row franchise. Not that the story continues, but the world continues. Whereas Red Faction was now erased, or one of the things of it is erased. Like, Red Faction was, like, the future of Altor, and, like, where the company went. Eventually it went into space, and went onto Mars, and colonized Mars, and became, like, a big company. And Altor was just a huge thing. And there was a lot of Saints Row back and forth. There was a few Saints Row things that showed up in Red Faction, and a few Red Faction things that showed up in Saints Row. And it showed that the games were in the same universe, just, decades apart, or centuries maybe. I don't know when Red Faction takes place. Whereas Agents of Mayhem is an alternate universe kind of thing, where after the events of Get Out of Hell, which I really want to play all the Saints Row games, and Red Faction. I will do all that eventually, especially with the new Red Faction remastered coming out. Agents of Mayhem was after they wished the Earth back, and they actually have like D-Day or whatever it is. Like there was a day, they have like a day in Agents of Mayhem where all the demons came back and they stopped everything. Agents of Mayhem was Saturday morning cartoon video gamified. It's Overwatch in single player. You get a series of agents, all of which have awesome personalities, and all of which are fun to play. I enjoyed playing as pretty much everyone. I had my favorites. Lazarus, Scheherazade, Friggin' Gat. Gat was funny. Jihoon Gat instead of Johnny. It was so much fun. I will admit the game was repetitive. There was only like every single time you went into an underground stronghold, which is 80% of the missions in the game, you were doing the same thing over and over and over and over. There was a lot of repetitiveness, and that sucks. But I never stopped having fun. I loved everything about it. You fight a giant robot as one of the bosses, and they fucked it up. That's the biggest thing I would say about this game. Like, when it comes to disappointments, is you fight a giant robot, and it's boring. But everything else was fun. The characters were fun. The weapons were fun. The story was fun. The villains were fun. Even freaking Justin Timberlake and Justin Bieber had like a baby together. That's like one of the villains in the game. Even he, while annoying, was fun. And I highly recommend the game. I really hope that the Saints Row franchise can live on after this game, because it is one of my favorite franchises of all times, and I would love to see more of it later. But then I went and played Kill the Emoji. It's the first game I've ever refunded. That's all I'll say about it. Cat girl without salad. What? What the fuck? What the fuck's going on? Oh, I really did. I had no idea. Cat Girl Without Salad was it's a game that you get for free for being part of the Humble Bundle, part of their treasure trove. Every once in a while, Humble Bundle would have an experimental game added. A game that is not on Steam, it's not on GOG, it's not in stores. It's only available on Humble Bundle's treasure trove. I have a whole bunch of them sitting on my computer. But Cat Girl Without Salad was the one that interested me the most. It's a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up where every time you pick up a power-up, the power-up changes the gameplay. One of the power-ups turns the game into DDR. Yeah. And then there's another one that makes it so that every time you hit an arrow button, the power-up changes into a different direction. And it just gets so crazy so fast. I didn't even make it past the boss. Like, I was on the final boss, and I think I was actually at the very end of the game, but my brain was hurting. I couldn't stand it. So yeah, if you guys are on Humble Bundle, I recommend giving that one a try. It's wacky as shit, or at least watch a video on it. Not mine though. No, I don't even finish mine. Watch someone who's actually beat it. This one though is weird. I normally never play. I'm usually not a fan of RPG Maker type games. You know, those 2D, they look like old Pokemon game kind of games. But I played one for Halloween, just because, you know, it was free. I didn't have anything to play at the time. And I played a game called Trick and Treat. And it's not much, but it was a little charming. Like, the idea is that you're playing as a little girl, not a little girl, but you're playing as a girl who's looking for her master. You walk into this house, it's Halloween night, you're about to go out to a party or trick-or-treating or something, and you go into this house, and your master goes missing, because you're her maid, that's what it is. And, you're looking all around for her, and you run across all these wacky characters, or these ghosts, and you learn all these wacky little things about the history, and it ends up, like, you end up meeting the owner of the house, who's a vampire, and all this crap, but, like, it was okay. It wasn't anything special, but it was a cute little thing that I did. It was only like 3 episodes. And yeah, it was okay. Scorn. The demo to Scorn. I don't know. I'm just not sure. I made all of my complaints clear, but I think I was in the wrong mindset when I was playing it. I was trying to play Scorn like a first-person shooter. It's not a first-person shooter. It's a first-person survival game. Which, I should have realized that from the beginning, and I did. I did know that that's what it was, but I was still trying to play it like a first-person shooter. I may end up giving the game an honest-to-goodness try when it actually comes out. Whether I do or not is up to debate, or is still up there, but we'll see when it actually comes out. Maybe things will change, new mechanics will be added that I'm actually interested in, and we'll see where it goes from there. The next one I'm not going to talk all that much about because it was just bad. Twisty's Asylum. I saw that on Steam, and it's like, oh, a game where you play as a giant floating brain eating people and, like, you know, shooting mind blasts at, like, in an asylum. It sounded so fun. Little did I know that the game is a broken, trash heap fire of a mess. I hated it. I just hated it. It was so bad. I deleted it. It was another free game. I didn't care. So that's all I'm going to say about that. The next two. Oh, the next two I love. I love so much. Dropsy. A point-and-click hug venture. I saw this one on YouTube one day. It just showed up. It was in my recommendations. I saw point-and-click hug venture. That sounds weird. And then I saw it, the music, the style, everything about it just drew me in. Like, what is this game? And, oh, it was a ride. It is a ride of just joy, happiness, severe depression. It is just, it really fucks with your emotions. 1 second you're like, oh, and next second you're like, oh. Yeah. I'm not going to say much. The idea of Dropsy is you play as a clown. Him and his father run a circus. It's you, your dog, and your dad. And I think, yeah, that's it. You, your dog, and your dad. Your mom died a while back. And yeah. That's really all there is to it. And it's like you go out on an adventure one day. People are depressed. There's like this air of sadness around the town. People hate you because they believe you are the one, because you caused the fire. You tripped, you knocked something over, it caused a huge fire, burned the place down, killing your mom. And like, you have to go through town and you do quests for everyone, you just make them happy, figuring out what makes everyone happy. I got most of everyone. I didn't get everyone, but I made the town really happy. And you learn all these things about the town as you're going along. You learn the history of the town, and you learn about all the people who want to take it over. And, oh, it gets so messed up at the end, and it's so good. It's such a good game. And it kind of triggered something in me. At that point, I really, really wanted to start doing point-and-click games. And yeah, it's point-and-click's gonna be a thing. It is. Point-and-click and the next one, walking simulators. So let's get into the next one. Maze. Oh my god, I love this game. Maze is one of the funniest games I've played on this channel. It's alright, it's a walking simulator game. You start off in a cornfield, a maze field. It's a maze. And you end up stumbling across this house. And as you're going through the house, you start seeing all these things. You start putting two and two together. Things start opening up for you. Like you'll see like there's red boxes blocking a path. You do a couple things, and those red boxes will disappear. Who moved them? You go along, and eventually you end up inside this underground facility where you learn that they are doing experiments on corn, creating sentient corn, and there's a lot of plot twists along the way. You end up meeting along with this little teddy bear who is Russian and awesome. And there's so many wonderful characters. Almost everyone in there is awesome. Like, you can't help but love everyone, even the asshole who is, like, I think his name's Bob. Like, oh my god, he is such an asshole, but he's still funny. And it's like, oh, yeah. I can't say too much without giving all the spoilers away, but it's another one of the games that I highly recommend you give a try. It makes me want to play more walking simulator games. While I haven't yet, walking simulators are definitely something that will be... Well, actually, I've done a couple more walking simulators, to be fair. Just not as many as I'd like. But now I'm looking down the list. Yeah, I've done a few. So yeah, let's go on to the next one. This one was another one-off game. I only played it a little bit because... Holy shit, was it bad. It's called Leave Me Alone. When I saw the stuff for it, I'm like, oh, this looks awesome. It's a game where you play as a skateboarder and you're going around beating the crap out of demons. The controls make it almost unplayable. Almost unplayable. And there's no controller support. It's the one thing that if I feel there was controller support, it might actually be playable. But since there wasn't, it's unplayable. So, yeah. Schrodinger's Cat. Actually, no. Let's say the whole name. It was Schrodinger's Cat and the Raiders of the Lost Quark. Yeah. That... I don't think I'm ever going to go back to this game. I gave it a try, but... It's a weird game. It's a puzzle platformer game, again. But it's all about memorizing what all of these different quarks do. And they do so many different combinations that my brain just cannot comprehend half of it. So, yeah. It's not really much to it. You play as, like, a Schrodinger's cat, and you have to try and get into this, like, zoo that's been broken into. Other than that, I don't really know much more of the story. But there is something I do know the story of. Sam and Max. Or Telltale's Sam and Max. I should be more specific about that. I haven't been able to get my hands on the original Sam and Max game. Freelance Police. Or Hit the Road. I think it was just called Hit the Road. But that's by LucasArts. I have been playing Sam & Max, the Telltale series. As of recording this, I am on Season 3, Episode 4. Now, you guys won't be seeing that for quite a while, because I don't know where they've released up to so far, but I am months ahead in the schedule of Sam & Max, because I've been releasing these every Saturday and Sunday. So... yeah, and plus there's still a couple other things. Like, I think right now Dog Mendoza's still playing, which I'll get to that later. But, yeah, Sam and Max. It is hands down my absolute favorite thing I've played. It's a point-and-click game, but the humor in it. Alright, the first 2 seasons were good. The 3rd season is freaking amazing. The production values for that game are leaps and bounds above. Like, I can't explain it, but it's like the first 2 games, or the first 2 seasons, they were simple, walk around, click on things, eventually the story unfolds. And yeah, they all had their own little plot twists. But the 3rd season, every single one has had a new mechanic in it that is unlike any of them. Like, one of them, you are flipping between... like, you're not even playing as Sam and Max. You're playing as Samuth and Maxim, I think their names are. And it's like their great-grandfathers. And you're switching between these 4 film reels to figure out how things were solved. And... you have to, like you'll watch Reel 3, and they'll reveal, oh, we got past this thing by doing this. So then you can go back to Reel 2 and do that thing. because you couldn't figure out in Reel 2 where to get. And it's like it was 4 different stories on 4 different reels that you had to jump around on and figure out how to solve each of the story for all 4. And it was so good. And then there's like, Salmon Mock. There's a character named Salmon Mock who is this bratty, like, pharaoh kid, and it's so cool. I love the character so much. He's so funny that I actually felt bad that you have to kill him at the end. And okay, that's a spoiler because that hasn't happened yet for you guys. But he's the bad guy. You have to kill the bad guy at the end. It usually happens. Like, if you've seen any of the Sam and Max stuff so far. But then the end of season 4, or the end of episode 4 of season 3, something happens to Max, and it is so cool. And it's leading into the finale. Like, I'm just about to do the finale. Like, I'm probably going to do that tomorrow or the next day. Because after I'm done with this whole retrospective thing, I'm going to be continuing on another game. But, yeah. Sam & Max is hands down my favorite thing I've recorded this entire time. This one, though, this one's another walking adventure, but this one was weird. Dr. Langeskov, the Tiger and the Terribly Cursed Emerald, a whirlwind heist. None of that has anything to do with the game. This game was so creative. You don't play the game. You play as one of the workers in the back of the game who is making the actual effects happen. Like it's a play. Like you have to flip the switches to make the storm happen, or start the flooding, or you have to push the tiger into the room for the person who's actually playing through the game. And the idea is that you do this, and at the end, you get to go through the game. Right? But at the end of the game, it kind of just stops. So you don't actually get to play through the game. But it's like, you get to go through this whole adventure trying to, make sure that the game that the other person is playing goes smoothly. And it was so ingenious. I loved it. That's pretty much all I can say about that. It's like, it's short. It was only like an hour long. Not even, it was like 30, 40 minutes. But it was so creative. I never expected that. The next one sucked. It was called The Static Speaks My Name. The idea of it, you're supposed to see what it's like for a person who has depression. Someone who is suicidal. Right from the very beginning of the game, you could tell that this game's going to end with your character committing suicide. But why did they have to make it so boring? Like, it got to the point where it's like, I don't know who this person is. I don't care about them. Yes, they're about to kill themselves. But I have no emotional attachment to the person that I'm playing as. It's just, I don't know. Like, it was one of those games that I saw, it was free, and I just decided, screw it, I'm going to try it. It looked interesting. And it was just, part of me even regrets even putting the video up. There are certain videos I'm just like, because there are a few games that you don't ever see because I record it and it's like, no, I hate this. I'm not uploading it. Like I mentioned before with Swarm Lake, I recorded that. My video was shit. And it's like, I hated it so much that I just didn't even upload it. So yeah. Next game is something a bit better. It's the Turing Test. This is another Portal-like game. Like Cube and Chroma Gun. It's very much inspired by Portal. But this one's different. This one, you're a scientist on a space station, and you have to solve puzzles going through these things. You have an AI with you who's helping you try to get through everything. And along the way, you start to learn about like what happened to your crew, what happened while you were sleeping, and it's this huge, it's a mixture between a Portal game and a walking simulator. Yes, there's puzzles that you have to solve. The puzzles aren't too bad. Like, I can't even remember what the gameplay mechanic was like, but it involved a lot of like controlling robots and like, just doing certain things. But the story got very interesting at the end, and it got to a point again where you're given a choice at the end, and yeah, it's another one of those definitely worth playing games. Next one's kind of weird. Grim. That's it. I think it's just called Grim. And Grim is a game where you play as this foul monster who tells you start off seeing it'll start off showing the Americanized, child-friendly version of a fairy tale. And like the first one was the boy who did not know fear or something. Every story is a different fairy tale. Like they have Red Riding Hood, Goldilocks, and a whole bunch of others I've never even heard of. The first one was free. I have not played all the other ones because they're like 99 cents each. You can get all of them like bundled together for like $10 or something. I just haven't done that yet. I do intend on doing it because it was charming enough. The idea is that you play, like he tells you the story first, the child-friendly version. And then you go through it piece by piece, like section by section, and you have to like corrupt it. Your presence, you can fart, butt slime, you can just, your presence alone like corrupts the environment. And like there are points and there's all this other stuff that it really doesn't mean anything other than it's just kind of a thing to do. But at the end of it, you get to see the original dark, gritty version of this story, of this fairy tale. And since I've never heard of most of these, I'll be hearing 2 stories each time. Like, I never knew about the story of the child who didn't know fear. And it's a pretty fucked up story. like one of them, it's like a teacher stole the town bell. What did they do to him before stealing the town bell? They burned him alive in the original story. And it's like, yeah, it's an interesting game. It's simple as hell. There's nothing really to it. But the storytelling is cool. Here we are. For those that don't know, the next are all, pretty much every game I'm looking at, and the rest of this list is all good. It's good. The stuff after is bad, good, bad. But those will be for next year, because these are up to where you guys have seen. And yeah. The next game, Ultimate Brutal Doom. From here on out, I decided, this was January, by the way. I decided a while back I wanted to get better at first-person shooters, because I suck at them. I still do, but I'm getting better. And I decided I'm going to do a series of 2 games I've never really had a chance to play through. 2 series. And I wanted to see, can I get through the entire series of both of these games before the year is over? So far, it's looking like it's going to happen. I might be cutting it close for one of them, but it looks like it's going to happen. Those are Doom and Half-Life. Now, I'm calling it because I've been watching a lot, because at the time that I started doing these, I was watching a lot of Rooster Teeth. I still do. I've been watching them for years. They have a small series called Get Good. That's basically what this is. It's Get Good, but at first-person shooters. I did Ultimate Doom because, well, it's Ultimate Doom. It's got that 4th chapter in it, and, yeah, it's interesting. I'm doing Ultimate Brutal Doom because Brutal Doom is the thing that got me back into Doom. A lot of people, their introduction back into Doom or into Doom modding is Brutal Doom. I know a lot of people don't like Brutal Doom, or at least a lot of people in the Doom community don't like Brutal Doom because of how popular it is or something, and a lot of the, like, people think that only Brutal Doom is good Doom, but, like, I will say, Brutal Doom has corrupted me. I love, like, fast, bloody Doom. Like, a lot of times it's hard for me to play Doom without, like, ketchup on, but I still do. I have come to appreciate Doom modding in general, just for what it is. So yeah, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to do Ultimate Brutal Doom, because I figured that would be fun, and it was. Ultimate Doom was fun from beginning to end. And that's pretty much all I can say about that. Ultimate Doom was fun. The next game I played, now you're probably thinking, oh, the next one's going to be Half-Life. No. Technically, I needed, because I switched up the schedule. Monday... It was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And it would go back and forth. So it was Doom, Half-Life, Doom. Then the next week, Half-Life, Doom, Half-Life. Next week, Doom, Half-Life, Doom. And it's going to be going like that for the rest of the year. You guys have probably seen that. That's how that's been. So on Tuesdays, I'm playing a new featured game. Now, I've just finished playing that. It will be airing for another month or so. But I finished playing it. South Park: The Stick of Truth. This game was just non-stop hilarity. I know a lot of people already know that because, you know, Fractured Butthole has been out for a while now. And I do intend on playing that eventually. Not next. I have a game that I plan on doing between South Park: Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole. But that's a game I've been wanting to play for a while. I've played it before, but I've been really wanting to get back into it and actually do a series of it. So that'll be happening after that. But I won't be mentioning it here. Stick of Truth. I am not good at RPGs. This was my way of also getting into RPG games. Because I just recently bought, like, I got it on sale, but I got almost the entirety of a series called Hyper Neptunia, I think it's called. Like, I got 1, 2, and 3, and then a couple of the side games. I don't have 7 and 4, because 4 just came out. But, I have, like, the first 3 and a couple of the side games. And they look so much fun. I really want to play them. And I want to get better at RPGs, so I started with Stick of Truth. And it is definitely a beginner's RPG. There's almost nothing that you have to worry about in that game. But, yeah. Not much to say. Everyone knows the story of South Park. Everyone knows what Stick of Truth is. So I'm not really going to get into what it is. All I can say is I loved it immensely. And I recommend it. If you're a fan of South Park or RPGs, give this a try. It is so much fun. Obviously, next is Half-Life. I played Half-Life Source. Not modded in any way. It's just regular Half-Life because I never played Half-Life. Obviously, I didn't play Ultimate Doom either, but I still wanted to play it modded, because Doom's just better modded. Half-Life, I was giving it, you know, an honest, goodness try. And, I had my problems. I did. I had a few problems. But altogether, it was a solid game. Like, there is definitely some problems near the end of the game, and throughout. Like, I don't know whose idea duck jumping was, but I hate you for it. Like, I really hate you. But other than that, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Everyone knows Half-Life. I'm not going to get into Half-Life, but I liked it. It was fun. What I really liked was Goat Simulator. Oh my god. This game... Alright, when I first learned about Goat Simulator, I watched people play... Like, I'm one of those people that when I watch someone play a game, I don't watch other people. Right? I watch someone play a game, they're the only person I watch play that game. I know most other people, they'll watch multiple people play it. Like LC, he watches multiple people. If, like, he really likes the game, he likes to watch other people play it to see their different experiences. I get that. That's very valuable. That's very, whatever. It's a viable way to do things. But I'm not like that. I watch one person. And but this is one of the few games where, when the original Goat Simulator came out, it was just the first level. I was watching everyone play it. It was like the new Minecraft. It's like I was watching 10, 20 different people play this game. And then the second level came out. I watched one person play first couple hours of it. Never watched Goat Simulator again. Because I decided I want to play this game. I don't want any more spoilers. Yeah. I didn't want spoilers. So I just stayed away from the game. Now, I've heard about all the stuff that was coming out. They were coming out with constant updates. And all I was hearing was people complaining that this game is like people are like saying that this game's crap and they're just milking this game for all it's worth. They're just bringing out constant shit updates. As of right now, what the fuck are they smoking? Like, I don't know how far the series is for videos that were released, but I can say as of right now, no. Waste of Space is one of the greatest updates ever. Except for the driving in that. Holy shit. Payday is immensely fun. The first 2 levels are filled with stuff to do. MMO Simulator is hilarious. And the only thing I haven't played is Goat Z, which I'm going to be playing that probably the next few days. So, yeah. No clue what they're saying. The next game that I played was Doom 2, Hell on Earth. This one I did with Project Brutality. Because from what I heard, Doom 2 is the weakest of the Doom games. Not because of weapons or characters, but level design. And I can definitely say that that's true. As of right now, Doom 2 is the weakest Doom game. And yeah, that's just all there is to it. It's the weakest game. So Project Brutality is one of the best brutal experiences out there. It has so much in it. And it's so much fun. It is just not even funny. It's not even funny how fun it is. So, yeah. People know Doom 2. It's simple. And I had fun. I had a lot of fun. I also had a lot of fun with Shark Dating Simulator. This is a game. Alright. I was over at LC's house a little bit before I moved in. And we were watching Critical. Or I saw that Critical uploaded a video. We didn't watch it. At least not right then. Or we watched a little bit of it. And I don't really remember. But I remember seeing it and I saw the words Shark Dating Simulator. And I saw that and I'm like, I'm playing that. I don't care if it's bad. It could be the worst game ever. I'm playing it. And I did. And it wasn't bad. It actually was pretty funny. It's pretty shit made, but it's fun. Like, it's funny, it's fun. Like, it's simple. It's not shit. Shit's not the right word to use. That was a horrible word to use. But it's like, it's not the best game, but it's definitely worth checking out. Weirdly, so is Panty Party. That's another one. When I first heard about it, it's like, it's a game where you beat people, or you beat panties up with other panties, and you shoot guns out of panties. One of the panties eventually gets a sword. I never got that one, but it does have it. And, it's just fucking weird. It's weird and wacky, and it was pretty fun. It gets pretty bullshit with the challenges, but it's pretty fun. I kind of wish there was a way to just unlock, like, a cheat code to unlock everything, just so that I could just, play through with all the panties unlocked. Okay. Next, we did Camper Jumper Simulator. I did not like this one. Camper Jumper Simulator. I saw Jacksepticeye play this, and he made it look a bit better than what it is, but I guess that guy has much more patience than I do, because the controls for this game are... Alright, Goat Simulator has a section where you have to play, or you have to fly a spaceship with goat hands. And they purposely make it one of the worst driving sections ever. But that's one section of the game, to do one quest. So you only have to do it once. When you're done with it. Camper Jumper, it's the whole game. So on to the next. Brutal Doom 64. This one is, well, it's Doom 64 brutalized. I never played Brutal Doom. Alright, I never played Doom 64. So I was really looking forward to this one because Doom 64, I don't know, it's something about it just seemed like a lot of fun. I watched Icarus play Brutal Doom 64 back when it was first released. And it looked very atmospheric. It looked very fun. And it is. It pulls atmosphere, like just Doom 64 in general. Without all the brutal, it has atmosphere up the ass. It really knows how to, like, put you in the mood for whatever section you're in. And then, so put in all the extra stuff that Sergeant Mark IV put in to brutalize it. And it's an all-around amazing experience. Like, I don't know, there's just certain things in there that I could not help but enjoy. So, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. And it leads right into a game that we're getting into later. But we'll get to that in a bit. We're almost done with all this, to be fair. This has been a lot of games. There's a lot of games I played this year. But, yeah, next is Whiplash Crash Valley. Oh boy, this one almost gave me seizures. And I'm not even epileptic. Now, you guys watching, if you guys were to watch my video, like, I'm honestly considering next time I do a video of this game, because I will be doing another video of Crash Valley. I only did one so far, but I will be doing another. To, you know, get more on it. If the same problem is happening, where, for me, the entire screen is flickering, like, red, blue, and green, then I'm going to use those glasses I have for some of my unboxing videos, and I'm going to record that, so you guys can see what I'm watching when recording. Just so you guys can see what I'm dealing with while recording. But Crash Valley is interesting. You play as a crash test dummy that's alive. It's all about ragdoll physics and just, you know, wacky shit. Really nothing special about it, but it's like Goat Simulator. And whereas Camper Jumper Simulator was trying to be Goat Simulator, Whiplash did a much better job about it. But on to something I did not have a lot of fun on. Half-Life Opposing Force. For those wondering what that is, Half-Life Opposing Force was one of two spin-off games that they made shortly after Half-Life 1. Opposing Force, you play as Shepard? Yeah, I think you played as Adrian Shepard. And you play, so you're one of the military operatives that was sent in to save the scientists, or at least certain scientists, as far as I remember. But of course, you learn along the way that they're going to betray you. It's like Group A of military comes in to save scientists. Group B of military betrays Group A. Then Black Ops people come in, betray both A and B, and then the military at the end just says, screw it, we're betraying all of you by dropping a nuke on the place. And that's just the story. The story is garbage. The gameplay takes a nosedive off a short hill in this game. I say a short hill. I'll get to the why in a bit. This game takes a nosedive off a short hill. And it's not fun. The story is not fun. The gameplay doesn't feel right. The only thing I'll say about Opposing Force is that it adds tons of new weapons and enemies to fight. Right? That's the only thing. That's the only reason why I say it's a short hill. Now, I'll get to the other half of that in a bit, because there's still a few games in between then and now. Next game I played was a game called Norwood Suite. I got this one from the Humble Bundle, so I did not know what to expect from this one. It's another walking simulator game. So that was an accident. I did not know anything about this game. It looked surreal when I looked at the pictures of it, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll give it a try. They said it's only like 2 or 3 hours, or only like 2 hours long. So, what should I have to worry about? And yeah, the only thing I would say about Norwood Suite is I don't like how the audio, or not the audio. There's almost no audio. There's a little bit of music that plays, but there's no talking. And it'd be nice if the talking was in bubbles that you could, press A or press a button to go to the next. I'm trying to read out loud. I don't read things out loud very fast. That's why I'm not using a script right now. If I was using a script, I would be stuttering, trying to say the script. And when I write, it doesn't sound natural. So that's why I'm just bumbling through this. So I'm sorry if you guys don't like that. I'm going to try and shorten this video down, make it not so long. Yeah, the Norwood Suite that was the only problem I had. It was the whole idea of it was you play as a guy who's dropped off and is given a ticket to this hotel, the Hotel Norwood. And in this hotel, there's a DJ playing in the bottom who plays every single night. The place is open 24 hours, but it's exclusive. And you go around and you have to try to solve this mystery of what happened to Norwood, the guy who owned the place. I think that was his name. And you have to just go through and figure out what happened to him and what the mystery of it is. Long story short, you get more questions than answers. That's pretty much all I can say. Yeah, that's pretty much Norwood Suite. I like the ideas. I wouldn't mind seeing more of this series and seeing where it goes. The next one, I would like to see less of. This is an interesting one. I actually have a funny story with this one. This one's called Loot Box Quest. This is a new game by the creators of DLC Quest. It was a free game, whereas DLC Quest, you had to pay for the original game, and then the DLC was free, I think? Or maybe the game was free and the DLC you had to pay for it. It was one of the two. Loot Box Quest was a free game. Just completely free. But it's a cookie clicker game. Now, I'll tell you now, I love Cookie Clicker. I play Cookie Clicker to this day. Alright? I am at the point where I don't know what to do with Cookie Clicker anymore, because I've just been playing it nonstop. I know there's a new update coming out, so that'll take some more of my days away. And I used to play another one. I can't even remember what it's called, but it was I don't know, it was some other one that I used to play that LC got me into, but then I just stopped playing it after a while. But, yeah, it's a game, Loot Box Quest is a game where you're a person playing a game called MacGuffin Quest 2. And you have to find ways to manage your life and to play MacGuffin Quest. And you start building companies, and you start hiring people, and you start building bots, and it just snowballs into this huge thing where you're making millions of dollars making new games. You're making new games with loot boxes in them just so that you can play MacGuffin Quest. And it gets to the point where I'm playing this game. It's like almost an hour-long video. And I got to the point where it's I'm so bored in this video, and I'm down. I'm kind of depressed while playing this, because it's I'm realizing that it's I have 600 subscribers. Thank you to any of you that are not bots, because I don't know how many of those are bots. But it's I started realizing I have 600 subscribers, and my videos get maybe at best 10 views. Except for South Park. South Park, if you look at South Park, it's the first few are getting thousands of views, and then it's down to 10 or 15. I have no idea what happened there. But it's I have 600 subscribers, and no one comments. Ever. I get the odd comment on either a Bendy video, or that Minecraft mod. Those are about it. And so I was you know what? No one's watching this. And it's if someone's watching this, tell me you're watching at this moment and say, I want a free game. And it's I made a vow saying, I'll give whoever says that to me at that time, showing that they watched the video all the way through, that I will get them a free $10 game on Steam. Mr. Guy Game Color, or Mr. Game Guy Color, sorry about that. Friggin', he just showed up one day. Like, he's been watching my videos for a while, but he just decided to comment. And he was joking, and I kept my promise. Best $10 I ever spent, because that made my fucking day. I had never been happier to lose $10. And he's been commenting a lot of my Sam and Max videos lately, and it's just like, I can't help but smile. Like, he's enjoying the videos. I'm happy about that. But yeah, so yeah, Loot Box Quest was, it was not anything. So yeah, we're just gonna get past that and get to probably the biggest game I've been playing lately. The biggest game that I've been obsessed with a lot. Doom 3. Doom 3, oh my god. Doom 3 was a game that I played when I was younger, back on original Xbox. I told this story in the final episode of Doom 3, but that's not going to air for a little bit, so I'm just going to say it again, say it here. When I was a kid, not really a kid, but like back in 2004 or whatever, when that game was coming out, I was obsessing over it. I was really obsessing over it. And my mom saw that. Like, I don't know how old I was at that time. I really don't remember. But I was, like, maybe in junior high. So I wasn't old enough to play a rated M game. Like, obviously I was, because I've had Turok and Turok 2 since I was a kid. And it's like, the same thing happened with Turok 2. But, like, she saw that I was obsessing over that game, and I was watching friggin', like, video, because she used to record things for me when I was at school, and, like, she saw that I was watching the trailer for that on, like, G4 TV and all that. And she saw that I loved that game, and she started to pay attention. And she surprised me with it. Not even just the game. The Steelbooks Collector's Edition. I didn't know what to say. Other than, thanks, Mom, for the nightmares. Yeah. Yeah. That game did give me nightmares. It scared the crap out of me. So, yeah, and of course I was a kid, and it was during my time where it's like I was more about having fun than challenging myself. I wish I wasn't like that, because then it's like, who knows how good at video games I'd be now. But it's like, I was a person that used cheat codes. I use cheat codes all the time. Like, I never officially beat almost any game that I played because I used cheat codes. Invincibility, unlimited lives, whatever. Give all weapons. And that's kind of the whole reason for this get good thing. I'm not using cheat codes. I'm not cheating. The most cheating I've done for Doom is, how do I get to the secret levels? Or, like, what is the code to this locker combination that I'm too lazy to look for the PDA for? That's about it. Hell, even in Sam and Max, I've cheated maybe once or twice, and that's just because I can't figure out what the damn puzzle is. And that was in the earlier episodes. Later episodes actually made it so that the puzzles were, they actually give you more hints. So yeah, Doom 3 has just been, it's, a lot of people don't like Doom 3. They consider it the black sheep of the series because it's so different. Because it's like, it took a game that was all about action, running and gunning, and turned it into, you know, a survival horror game. But you're still running and gunning. You can go in just blasting. So it didn't stray too far. The next two, I'm going to talk about the same. They are both crap. Don't play either of them. Loading Screen Simulator and Microtransaction Simulator. Just avoid. That's all I'm going to say. Just avoid those. As well as the next one. Remember how I said that Opposing Force, it took a nosedive off a short cliff? Yeah, Blue Shift jumped off fucking Niagara Falls and hit every rock on the way down. I did not enjoy Blue Shift. They did not give a shit. Everything felt bad. The way you move in that game felt bad. The way you shoot in that game felt bad. Like, even though it's the same game, it feels worse. It just feels worse. It's buggy as hell. Like, you try to grab onto a box, and you move an inch to the right, and that box will fly out of your hand and go across the room. Then there's box puzzles in this game where you have to move a box into the exact right position. And when a box fucking goes flying at 1,000 miles an hour when you so much as look at it, it gets annoying. Next, we're just gonna go past that. Off to better things, hopefully. I'm about to play, after I'm done recording this, I'm gonna be playing the next game. So, you guys will hear my impression about that next year. It'll be the first thing, actually, most likely. But, yeah, so Blue Shift, yeah, just don't play it. Play Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2. Just those. And no, I won't be playing Half-Life Decay. I have not found a way to get a hold of that yet. There is a PC version of it, but it's unofficial, and I've not been able to figure out how to get a hold of it. And the remake has been canceled. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Next was a boo-boo by me. I played Off-Peak. Off-Peak is the prequel to Norwood Suite. I didn't know it existed, so as soon as I learned about it, I played it immediately. It's basically more of Norwood Suite, but instead you're in a train station, which has like a bunch of stuff in it, and you're just kind of learning things about the area. It's fucking weird. Next one was actually a lot of fun. It's another point-and-click game. The Adventures of Dog Mendoza and Pizza Boy. Now, don't be fooled by the title of that. You do not play as Dog Mendoza. You're playing as Pizza Boy. Dog Mendoza goes missing very early in the game. Like, about 15 minutes into the game, he goes missing. And the whole game is you play as Pizza Boy trying to solve clues to try and figure out where Dog is. Not that you want to save him. Dog's a fucking asshole. The only thing I would say is you get to beat the shit out of him later in the game. And it's enjoyable. But, yeah, it's a very simple game. You play as a guy named Pizza Boy. And, you just go from town to town trying to follow the tracks of, like, this monster-filled world. Like, Dog Mendoza, his name's not just Dog for a reason. His name's Dog for a reason. He's a werewolf. Pizza Boy is just a normal human, but you find witches, you find invisible... You get to beat the crap out of Invisible Man. You see vampires, ghosts, Native American ghosts. You even get to beat the crap out of a ghost. You get to fight the ghost of, like, a Mike Tyson guy. Like, it's not Mike Tyson because he's not dead, but it's someone like Mike. He looks like Mike Tyson. And, like, there's just all kinds of cool, fun little people throughout the game. It's a fun game. And, yeah. The last game I'm going to talk about, it's kind of anticlimactic to have this be the very last game that I'm going to be talking about in this video. McPixel. It's a game that's going to be airing just shortly before, like, it hasn't aired just yet for compared to when this is going to come out, because this will be released on May 8th. And yeah, it's not all that special. It's a game where you play as a guy named McPixel, and you're put into scenarios where you have to figure out how to disarm a bomb. The problem is, nothing in this world makes sense. Nothing. Like, you have to do nonsensical logic to figure out what to do. Now, eventually, there is a bit of story that you learn after, because, like, the way you have to play the game is, you go through each level one by one, and you find the correct answer to get a silver star, or a silver square on each level. But if you want to get a gold star, or a gold square on every level, you have to find every single gag. Which isn't too hard, it's just simple. You just keep trying all the different things until eventually it says you found all gags. And then when you unlock all gags and you get a gold star on every one of them, you get a 4th special level in that episode. There's 4 episodes, or 4 chapters. And once you've gotten gold star on all of the specials, so you've 100% of the entire game, you get an ending. I won't spoil the ending, but it tells you the story of how, these events started happening. And then, there's DLC, which I'm doing the DLC now. So, videos are going to last a little longer. But, yeah, that's the last major new thing that I've done as of this year. After that, it's going to be a bunch of other stuff. We got the rest of Doom to go through, Resurrection of Evil, and, Lost Mission. We got the rest of Half-Life, so Half-Life 2, episodes 1 and 2. I'm obviously going to be doing tons of Doom and all of that. I'm not sure just how much I'm going to do into the next retrospective, because this is already a stupidly long video. I'm going to cut some of it down, but this is a long video. I know I talk slowly, and I'm sorry about that, but I really wanted to sit down and just reflect on everything. It's going to be a long video, but this is a once-a-year video. This is something that's not going to happen all the time. So if you guys want to sit down and listen to like how I feel about the rest of this year, yeah. But yeah, this year has been something. While I've gained some things, I've lost so much. Like this year, I lost my mom this year. Like, for those that don't know. And like, I lost our home again. I basically lost my sister, not because of anything bad, but it's like she's living on the other side of the country right now, or at the bottom of the country, because she's down in Texas right now. And I only get to text her and talk to her once in a while, so that's kind of sad. And it's like, I've been grateful that I've had a place to live. I'm going to be moving into a new place probably in August. And like, that's all stuff to talk about like in the next video when all that's already happened. But I have a bunch of plans. Like, I have plans for like, I do have lots of plans for things I want to do. I'm really looking forward to some of the new games coming out, like Bloodstained, Psychonauts 2, I've mentioned before. The rest of the Doom series, like, I've already recorded Resurrection Evil and Lost Missions, but I'm going to be doing Doom 4 next. That's going to be fun. If I can get VR, that's going to open up a whole host of new stuff. Like, it might even get to the point where I dedicate an entire day of the week to VR. I even have this small segment I kind of want to start doing called Smartphone Sundays. Because once Sam and Max finishes, I've been using the Sam and Max because of how many videos there are. That's going on like 70 videos throughout the entire series. That's one of my longest running series so far. And once that's done, I want to eventually do a thing called Smartphone Sundays, where I just got a new phone. Like, this is going to sound weird because I know I'm late to the party for everything. I just got my first smartphone. Not because I'm poor or I am poor, but because I've been using government phones my entire life. And they sent me a smartphone. So it allows me to play games that I've been wanting to play. And there's a lot of cool, fun games on there. And I figured, I have a recorder on there. It's not the best quality. It's like DU recorder. And it's like, I've been wanting to give that a try. Like, I wanted to try out Alex's game. Like, Alex Mertrick, I think his name is. I forget his last name. Merrick. The guy who does Godzilla Daikaiju Battle Royale, whatever. He did, I did a video of that a long time ago. But, he has another game on the App Store, called Power Falls. I've been thinking of giving that a try. Or, like, Mario Run, or Pokemon Go, like, not a whole series on them, but, just a video, just, checking each of them out. There's a few that I've been wanting to try, and I figured it'd be kind of fun to, give it a shot. But it's like, eventually if I get VR, I want to do a whole, like, I want to dedicate one day to VR games. So it's like, this is the day that VR stuff comes out. Now, obviously, I'm not going to have a new VR game every day, or every week. So some of them will probably be VR games that last a while, like Doom VFR. That's probably going to be a good week or a couple months to itself. But it's like, I'm going to try to make sure I keep up VR stuff. And if I don't have something on VR, then I don't know, I'll do something. And another thing I really want to start doing over the next year is streaming. Once I move into my next place, and we're going to be pooling our money together to get really, really good internet. Because the internet here is okay, but it's not streaming good. Like, I've noticed, like, all it takes is one person being on Netflix, and everything dies. Period. Here. Like, that's all it takes. And you get two people on Netflix, and it's like, yeah. But, so yeah, VR, that smartphone Sunday thing I want to do. There's tons of games I want to play. I have a bunch that I've downloaded. Eventually, I eventually want to do all the Saints Row games, like I said. There's two series that I really, really want to go through. I want to do the Fear games, and I want to do the Far Cry games. I don't know, but I may have that be the next year of. Like how I did the year of the FPS here. I might do a year of Far Cry and Fear. Not sure about that just yet, because there's only 4 Far Cry games, and there's there's 4 Fear games, 7 or so Far Cry games, because we're on Far Cry 5, and then there's like Primal and Blood Dragon. So I'm not sure yet, because even if I was to do Saints Row and Red Faction, that's how many? Like, how many Saints Row games? 5 and 4. It wouldn't be too bad if it was Saints Row and Far Cry. But those are things for the future. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. This video is getting way, way too long. So let me know in the comments, what were your guys' favorite game that I played of the ones I've mentioned? What games do you want me to play? Just tell me. I'm open to anything. Whether or not I do a whole series on them is based on how much I like it, or whether or not I can actually get a hold of the game. Like, if you guys want me to do a game that is, like, let's say you guys are like, oh, do GTA 5. Well, let me get GTA 1, 2, 3, 4, Vice City, San Andreas out of the way. You understand? So, if it's a game that's first in its series, sure, I'll go straight into it. But if you really want me to play, like, a last entry in a game, just beware that I'm going to be doing all the others first. But yeah, just let me know what you guys liked and what you want to see. That's all I want to know. And, fuck, tell me how your day was. I don't care. Just comment. That's all I ask for from you guys. You guys don't even have to watch all my videos, but just talk. Just let me know how you guys are and what you guys want to see. If you guys don't like something I did, tell me why. I'm very open to criticism. I talked earlier about how that one person made my day because they criticized my video. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this extremely long retrospective video. And I hope to see you guys next year for the next one. Bye-bye.